Experts in the engineering sector have called for sustainable solid waste management practices that are environmentally and socially acceptable and effective. The experts made this call at the second distinguished annual lecture of Mr. Gambo Jibril in Abuja with the theme Solid Waste Management, an Imperative for an Emerging City Development, Abuja FCT in Focus. Professor Suleiman Adeyemi, the main speaker at the occasion, said what was in practice presently was an uncontrolled solid waste mismanagement which was not sustainable.
We now have to move from there to sustainable solid waste management, practices, and start from the home to the collection, to the transportation, and then to what to do with those waste. Today we don't treat the waste, biological waste or thermal waste. But now we dump everything in landfill. We should not be doing that. We should always have all the elements of the solid waste management. That is from generation to separation, to the material recycle facility, to treatment of the waste, thermal waste, biological waste, because we can recover a lot of energy from waste, and then we can make manure out of waste.
The president, Nigerian Society of Engineers (NSE), Mr. Tasiu Wudir, represented by the deputy president of NSE, Mrs. Margaret Oguntola, said solid waste was an issue that affected man and his environment and therefore should be managed and used as a valuable resource.
As we discussed today, solid waste management, a process of collecting and treating solid wastes as an imperative for an emerging city development, Abuja City in Focus. Solid waste is an issue that affects man and his environment, and as such, we must enhance how solid waste can be changed and used as a valuable resource.
Dr. Zhang Tanko, National Chairman, Nigerian Institution of Civil Engineers, said solid waste management was key to the FCT because the institution looked at the FCT as important, being the capital of the country.
We discovered that if this waste management is being, if we implement his suggestion, it will help in reducing the menace of solid waste management in the FCT and, of course, by extension, in the entire country.
Speaking, Mr. Gambo Jibril, the celebrator and former executive secretary of Federal Capital Development Authority (FCDA), said that in the master plan for Abuja, there was a special arrangement for how solid waste and by extension liquid waste was going to be managed.
The city of Abuja that is planned, with the best of, brains. You see people throwing garbage out of vehicles. You see people, defecating just on the highway within the medians. You see all manner of atrocities. And then the bigger one is the issue of blockages of our water courses, and then some locations where you need to see the scenery. A lot of garbage is thrown anyhow, and then ultimately spoils the aesthetics of the city.
In a keynote address, Mr. Uchi Orji, Managing Director of Nigerian Sovereign Investment Authority, said around the world, waste generation rates were rising astronomically.